Welcome to part 3. Upgrade time! Why an upgrade? It was cheap. I got the motherboard and the RAM. I put the original RAM back in. And I got the processor for 36 euros. 18 cores. And I got the heatsink. So we went shopping. We bought some thermal paste because I was running it without any thermal paste. We got a fan for the HBA adapter. This thing arrived in mail. This is a PCI fan bracket thingy to hold this fan. And we are going to take out the motherboard that is in. Put this one back in. Do not touch anything. And boot into Truenas. I think I will need to manually configure the network interfaces, but that is the only thing I think I need to do. Let's get started. Welcome to our unboxing video. It comes in a tube. I may have bought too much. I thought it was a smaller tube. When the processor arrived, I literally dumped it in petrol and to take off the thermal paste and all of the markings. Then I dumped it in alcohol and then I dried it with a fan, just a regular fan, regular hair dryer. I bought this one because it has a higher turbo frequency. So we can turbo up to I think 4 cores up to 3 and something 3.6, 3.8 gigahertz, and it's gonna be fine. Okay, so that worked without thermal paste and without airflow, so I think it will work now. Let's take care of this jankiness now. It seems that the new backplane is working, which is great. I mean, it's great for this server, it's not great for the JBot because now I'm missing a backplane for the JBot. The new motherboard has the newest IPMI and the newest BIOS, so I don't need to update anything. And if I take this thing out, it will be easier to take out the power connectors. We are going to repurpose this motherboard somewhere else. But yeah, that's how it goes. Just turn out, just like trickle down your hardware. Okay, this is chassis intrusion. We need to find it on that. So this is an X11 board and that is an X10 board. Who cares? Do I need to exchange the I/O shield? No. So 3.5, 19 and 24. 3.5, need to move that one. One and a half and 24. 1.5 and 24. And this one needs to get out. Needs to be put all the way down.
Why are you switching them?
The standoffs?
No, the motherboards.
Well, I found out that for our workload we are missing just a bit of CPU power and some more cores. There is enough RAM. There's enough connectivity. That motherboard is fine. Let's just be clear. But we are going to switch our servers to 10 gigabit networking, and when we go 10 gigabit, I think that will struggle a bit. But the guy called me and said I have this motherboard for 200 euros with RAM, and I bought it sight unseen, and then I bought this processor for 36 euros, and I think this will be fine for 10 gigabit networking.
Yeah, it's bigger.
It has more slots. This is M-ATX and this is full ATX, so this has 3 more slots. But we're not going to use all of the slots. We're going to use an HBA card and 10 gigabit networking card. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so we have all the standoffs. We have 3 different types of standoffs in here. Great. And because this is a 140 watt processor and it has a passive heatsink, we are going to attempt to put the shroud back in, but we are going to attempt it with like 10% of effort, because the offsite server has 2 processors and it's working fine without any shroud, so I think this one will work fine without any shroud too. I hate that this thing needs to have this mark.
What does it mean?
It means that this chassis is bent here. No, it means that the lead was not used in the manufacturing of that product, but I mean it's a piece of plate. I really got the worst case. Mine is the rustiest, the most beat up. It does not work, but somehow I like it. So let's put this now in and see how many 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 standoffs. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm missing one here. This G, I'm missing the G standoff. So as a joke, I wanted to make a picture with a hammer near the server, but in the end we really used the hammer on the server. And the last time you sorted all of these, it's very nice because I already have it.
Can you get even bigger motherboards?
Yeah, in the computer it is even bigger. It is eATX, so it's extended ATX. It comes to here or here.
Wow.
Yeah, the virtualization server will have that motherboard, and you can have an even taller one, I think, but that is really with 4 sockets, something like that. This is fine. This is more than fine. This really is my dream server. I always wanted this chassis. I never thought that I would need that much RAM, but hey, fine. I have all the screws, but no the ones that I need. Can you help me with this? Because I really cannot feel the tips of my fingers.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have one different standoff. I'm going to go on the internet and buy 100 standoffs and 100 screws, and we'll be done with it. First time out. So this standoff has a different thread pitch, because of course it does. Wrong pitch. Found it. So these screws go now everywhere, right? Yes, 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 yes. Okay, now I need to read the manual. How are these configured? Let's see, this is an by 8, 16, 8. This is an 8 in a 16 slot. It says on the motherboard. By 8, by 4 in an 8 slot and by 4 in an 8 slot. Okay. I do not need to read the manual. Okay, now this thing needs to live here probably. Wait, I need to think about this. No, wait, I wanted to put the network card as far down as possible because of the cables, and there's a gap here in the closet somewhere. Let's go look at your server. So your server, oh, I can put it anywhere. This is where the cables are going to go. So I thought that if I put the network card too far up, it is going to, the cables are going to hit the wall. But they won't, so let me reassess where everything is going. We need a welcome to our unboxing video. Take the fan out and then remove all of this shit. This bracket is something that you can buy from the internet, and it is advertised as cooling solution for your graphics card. But when you have a card like this, expects a lot of airflow through the server. And if you have this in a normal case or a normal computer, this will overheat. So that is why we had this fan zip tied inside. So now we're going to exchange the zip tie for screws. Even though this has a lot of airflow, this still gets quite hot. In your server that is half the height, the air is moving twice as fast, and your card is quite happy. But in this case it is not so much, so we are going to put a fan inside. And we have an assortment of bolts. Let me just find some that are adequate, no too short. Do I need even longer ones? No. So wait, how does this need to go? Where can I even plug it in? Yes, this is going to be fan 4. We need to go like that. And we need to put it in like this. Some washer. Some nuts. We're not using the plastic screws in this because I do not like to use them in fans because the plastic wears out and then you have a problem. But I now have a problem here. Where's this really short one? And then it is easier to reuse the screws with this. The fans when you mount it with M4 screws through the fan. And it looks cooler. now. Yesterday we were fighting screws and washers the whole day on our car, and today I'm fighting screws and washers the whole day on our server. What an abomination. Everything we do is an abomination. If only I had like a wrench with this size in the box right next to me. There we go. Secured. Okay, so we have settled. This goes here because why not? This thing goes right next to it. And is it going to interfere? Of course it is. Hold please. Screws in. So it is covering just a third of the heatsink, but it will make enough airflow. So it is happy. Is it ideal? No. Will it work? Yes. At least on this bracket you can screw it in. We got some brackets for SSDs to put them like here. I needed to drill the bracket out. And where is the network card going to go? Here? Here? Here probably. Why not? I thought about putting some NVMe drives in, but there's no need. Everything is fast enough. I think this board and this CPU supports bifurcation, so we can use those cards that have multiple SSDs on them. It would be really cool if one day we can make an full SSD server, but that is still price prohibitive. Okay, so let's see what we need to do now. This goes to this fan header right here. Beautiful. This is SATA 0, 1, 2, 3. SATA 0, 1. I should read the manual because I want the SATA connected directly to the processor. Okay, we need to read the manual for it. These two fans, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fan headers, and we have 5 fans. But I'm thinking of letting this live on the splitter and put it here, and then put the rest of the fans just like this. Seriously, where is that original extension? There you go. There you go. All the fans are plugged in. This is the front I/O, right? Yes. I use the screwdriver to power it on and off. I think it goes like this. Maybe we can make a loop-to-loop here. We need to plug in the power monitor thingy, so I can monitor the consumption and do not care about how many watt hours it consumes. Just like that. We need to plug in the CPU power. There we go. What is this? We have more 12 volts thingies. We need to plug in the 24 port 34 pin ATX power supply. There we go. This is another CPU power, and this is more CPU power. So when you have more CPUs or a more power hungry system, you need multiple 12 volt rails to the motherboard. That has two CPU powers, and I mean it has two CPUs. So
What has? Your computer.
My computer. It will become a server one day. Where does this go? Is it somewhere obvious? Let me open a manual. GL1, GL1. GL1, where is that? GL1 is... Oh, I was close. Okay, chassis intrusion plugged in. Okay, let's just see SATA ports here on the bottom and SATA ports on the right side. But system block diagram, yes, give me that. Okay, let's see now. Okay, we need to move these cars
Why?
because slot 2, okay, slot 1 is connected through the PCH, through this thing. So it goes from here to slot 1. This also controls all the SATA ports and LAN stuff and stuff like that. Slots 2 and 3 have these two switches here. I will show you now. PCI Express switches. These two, those are PCI Express switches. But these slots, slot 4, 5, 6 and 7 go directly to the CPU. And
They're not in a row. It goes 6, 7, 4, 5.
Of course it does. But we are going to use slot 4, this one. And then we have slot 6, this one for the net. We are going to use these two. They go direct to the CPU through least amount of components. I mean, we're not chasing performance with this server, but let's have some best practices in mind. So if you would use like all the bandwidth for all the SATA ports and all the bandwidth for the network cards and all the bandwidth here, something will bog down because it's all connected through one DMI to whatever that protocol is. And that is why you have block diagrams to know how to plug stuff in.
They're always used.
There you go, changed. So okay, this goes to here, and the network card will go one more up. Okay, so this will need to go here, and this can go wherever. Let's use button ports, why not? No, let's not plug anything in. If we do not plug any hard drives in, I can enter the BIOS and configure everything. Then we can plug the hard drives and the SES2 cable, and then I can configure it like that. Are we done?
I don't know.
That was fast. I think we can put this into the closet. We are not going to put the cover on. We can put all the drives here. Put it in the closet. I can enter the BIOS through the IPMI. We can configure the BIOS. And then we'll get back to you if we need to change anything with Truenas configuration, but I think it will be mostly plug and play, I hope. I download, before you do any of this, log into your server and download the configuration file, backup the configuration file, and then start messing with your server.
That's a pro tip.
Yes. I'm wondering how hot this will get. We're waiting for the IPMI to boot BMC. This is a mess. Okay, let's clean this a little bit and don't tell anyone that we used hammers to put the server together. Plural.
What?
No. I'm trying to see what is the temperature of the big server. So I went through the BIOS. I changed all the things that needed to be changed, and I am already logged into that server.
Nice.
Fine.
What is that? Or
On the right.
Yeah.
That is the server complaining that it cannot boot because no disks are plugged in. So I have been monitoring the temperature while you were gone, and CPU is at 63 degrees. Fine. RAM is 45, 46, 47. Fine. So now we need to turn it off. Power control, set power off. There we go. And we need to go in and plug all the hard drives in. So these are the temperature sensors, and this is the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And I have read the manual.
Mm-hmm.
I know which ports we need to plug them in.
Okay.
So while you were gone, I put it back in. Put all the drives back in. I read the manual. Configure the BIOS and put the static IP for the IPMI. And now what we need to do is take these and plug them into these 4 ports here. Just plug the SATA cables into the SATA ports and plug the SAS cable into the SAS controller. And now,
that should be it.
Now we need to boot it, and maybe we need to tell the Truenas you have new network cards, or maybe it will be smart enough. Wait, let's just unplug the secondary network, so only one network card is plugged in. There we go. Now we go back to the big screen and see what's happening. IPMI initialization. Let's see, this is exciting. We have a new server. It's finally done. Done. With big quotes. Put big quotes on the screen.
Yeah.
So the next part is I need to earn some money, buy a 10 gigabit switch, and I need to order some Mellanox ConnectX 3 or ConnectX 2 or some Intel SFP Plus switches. Okay, now we can see the BIOS of the LSI card. We could not see that on that motherboard for some reason, and hopefully now it will just put all the drives on the screen. Yes, we see all the drives.
Excellent.
Great.
What is this blinking on the left side?
The cursor.
No, it says loading up there in the corner. Okay.
Oh, that it is auto refreshing the sensors.
Oh, okay.
Because when you go to sensors, it just pulls the data and it stops. So you need to tell it to auto refresh. Welcome to Grab. Error. Fuck. Oh. We have an error, but it just continued to go. Fine. So another thing to consider is this motherboard has a watchdog.
Wait, are your hand gestures important for this?
No. This server motherboard has a watchdog which watches the system, and if it hangs, so if it crashes and it does not respond in 5 minutes, it can hard reset the server. I did not enable it because it is a hit or miss, and I'm not inclined in testing that today. Sometimes it thinks it hangs while it is working. So I'm not going to enable the watchdog. I'm just going to run with it, and if it hangs, I can always connect with my phone to the IPMI and reset the server. It is starting. Let's try to find it on the network. Open a new tab. It works.
Yay!
Are you kidding me?
Yay!
It has the same... Okay, I know why it just worked.
Why?
See this? Eno 1 and Eno 2.
Yeah, what is it?
Ethernet network something 1 and Ethernet network something 2. And because these are all both Supermicro motherboards, they have the same naming convention, so Linux worked because when we switched up the motherboards, it mapped the addresses in the operating system to the hardware the same as it was named with the previous motherboard. So it just worked. And now we have 128 gigs of RAM, 36 fucking threads. We have 36 fucking threads, and we can go to the settings of SyncSting. And we can give it something like 32 cores. Why not? And 8 gigs of RAM is enough. Update. Great. So let's see. Our CPU temperature is at 4 cores at 57 degrees. 2 cores at 58. So I was limited to 8 cores, and now I gave SyncSting, the program, the application, 32 cores out of 36. So now multi-threading will be faster, and it can utilize more of the resources. But hey, we have all of our pools are online. Everything works. Let's see. If we go to YouTube, published, what is our last video published? Something about server, yes. Now we'll see, will hang. So this thing works. I just need to plug in that other cable. So my FTP works. Come on, dashboard. Beautiful. This is your old server.
Good.
50mm in the ins and really power and the other. Great. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Excellent. Yes, we cannot believe it, but it happened.
You just swap up the guts and Linux will just eat it up.
That's wonderful.
Let's now... Nope, blur that. Let's now just plug in the secondary network.
We're not done yet.
Just plug in one cable.
Okay.
So the cost of this server, 300 euros for the chassis, 500 euros for the JBoss, which we... Oh, yes, this thing. So this thing it has some problems. I don't know. Does it come on through the camera?
Yeah.
I will try to fix it. But yeah, let's say 300 euros for the chassis, 200 euros for the motherboard and RAM, 36 euros for the CPU, that is 530 euros. 30 euros something like for the HBA card. 20 euros for the 80mm fan. Let's round that up to 600 euros. Plus discs. And I have my dream server. Finally.
Yay!
Let's finish this up. The last cable. Let's just plug it in. So the next plan is networking here instead of this, virtualization server here, and then 3 servers will be connected to the 10 gigabit switch here, and that will be connected to the main network here.
Okay.
And then we're done.
Oh.
Done. Oh yeah, 2 UPSs are coming here.
Oh.
On car batteries. So if you want to see how to connect car batteries to UPSs, subscribe, I guess. See you in the next one. Build yourself.
That's it now?
That's it.
Oh.
You close it, lock it, follow the key. That's it. Build your own server. Bye! So this is something that you do not see happening that much anymore. We're filling our car batteries for our UPSs with some distilled water because the UPSs are complaining that the batteries have failed, and I think they're just missing some water. But if you want to have enormous run times on your battery, on your UPSs, that's coming soon, because a UPS upgrade has landed and we're going to redo these wires that have been working for about 10 years now. And this is only the second set of batteries in those 10 years. And if I knew that I could do this with the first set, I would probably be still on the first set. And how did I land it on this? Well, my batteries have failed, and when I wanted to buy new ones, per UPS it was like 100 and something euros for AGM batteries, gel batteries, and I could get 2 of the cheapest car batteries for that price and double the capacity. This one is full. 3 more to go. Yeah. We just luck that these batteries are still alive. And see you in the next one.